Do 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 do.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to PS Best Friends episode 11 for the week of July 25th, 2017. We are the only PlayStation podcast by the community for the community. We come to you each and every Tuesday with a brand new episode filled with greatness beyond the ordinary. I'm your host, Anthony Palm. Today we have with us, as always, the captain himself, Jeffrey Mizrahi.
I loved the first two, even the third Pirates of the Caribbean films. I never saw the fourth though, so...
Neither did I. Actually, you know what? I saw it drunk with my best friend Mike, and we made up all the character names and had no idea what the fuck was going on. Also with us today is the spoiler master himself, Miguel Alvarez.
What's up, guys? Have you guys seen the new one?
No.
I have not, but ironically enough, I had it spoil it for me.
I was about to do that. Oh, well.
Funny enough, I used to do the My Coke Rewards reward thing. You remember that? As a code on the bottom, you get some points when you enter it in online. And
well, wait, what kind of Coke?
It was any Coke product had a code on it.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like a caps thing. It was like My Coke Reward caps, whatever. So I entered enough, and then they started taking off shit from the redeemable things you could get. And at some point, I'm like, oh shit, I just gotta redeem my points for whatever they had. And all they had of any worth was this huge Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End poster that I had on the back of my door. So whenever my door was closed in my room, I always saw this huge Jack Sparrow thing. And that, like, ironically hung for so long.
Nice.
Yeah, now I took it down, and now it's a Wii Music poster.
Oh, even better.
The door.
So, what have you guys been playing?
Who wants to start? Yeah, I'll start. Or Anthony starts because he didn't ask the question.
Not even 2 minutes in, and we got an edit.
There's no edits. That's perfect.
Fuck it.
All right. So
what's everyone been playing?
So we've all been playing. Let's go over this quick. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
We're testing it. We're testing it for.
We're testing it out. It actually needs a lot of testing based on the experiences we had. Definitely not console quality yet. Not even Vita quality yet. So we'll report back.
Yeah, it's never coming to the Vita. Come on, come on, dude.
Maybe one day. We had Freedom Wars. We had Killzone. We could do these multiplayer games. I think the Vita's capable.
That's like saying like a low res Wildlands would work on Vita, and that wouldn't. So So we all been digging Battlegrounds, but has anyone been playing anything else?
I have played Rainbow Six Siege. And I tested the new map for Battlefield 1, the night map.
How was it?
I like it, but there's a lot of people just camping. So if you don't like that,
because it's a night map,
it's night, and there's some spots that you just can't see them unless you're like actually paying really close attention, which is kind of annoying. But you know, it's a good map though. I like
they had this weekend or last weekend was a free all DLC, if I recall. No.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I was planning on playing it, but then I didn't.
Yeah, and there's another game that that I have tried over the weekend, but I'm going to save it because we'll talk about it later. Yeah. But I actually tried it's not a video game, but it is PlayStation. I have the trial currently going for PlayStation View, and I kind of dig it. We're going to probably cancel it before the trial ends. So
what is that? Explain that. What is PlayStation View?
So PlayStation View is Sony's television service. So there's other television streaming services like Sling TV. I don't know. I can't think of anything others off the top of my head, but it's essentially it's television. Like it's cable.
Actually the same thing now.
Yeah, it's cable television, but it's streaming through your PlayStation instead of having an actual cable box with Comcast or or a receiver box with Dish or anything like that. It actually works very well. Yeah. I thought it was going to have a lot more kind of hiccups and a lot more buffering than it does. It really doesn't have any buffering at all, which is what I was worried about. I mean, I do have good internet, but But it's really cool. The DVR is flawlessly kind of built in. The guide looks really cool, and it's really easy to kind of skip around and look at different stuff. So, like I said, we're probably not going to keep it past the trial for now because we're moving soon. But once we actually move into our new place, we're probably going to renew it again. Tay really needed to watch Shark Week this week, so that's why we got the trial this week.
Yeah, I had it.
But yeah, when soccer comes back, I'm going to need to get it again.
I had it for a month or two, and I really digged it. I like the DVR function.
The DVR is really cool. It works really easily.
Yeah.
How would you say the price to content you're getting? So whatever package you're getting with whatever channels, how do you think that matches up to whatever you had before?
So I did the math. I compared it to Sling TV, which is on Xbox and on like Roku's and shit like that.
Yeah.
Sling TV's base package is $20. But once I added on, like once I, chose all the add-ons for the stuff I'm going to need, it added up to about the same amount anyways.
And you got more channels on View too.
So just a little bit of background real quick. About a month or two ago, I had a triple play package with Comcast, which is cable, phone, and internet. And I had a little bit slower internet. It was still good, but it wasn't, what I have now. What I ended up doing is downgrading everything, getting rid of the triple play. I only have internet, and I have the Blast package, so it's like their highest internet for my area. And when I did the math, adding on PS View to my internet package, I get more than I had before for cable, like television shows with PS View. And I'm spending about $5 less a month than I was before. And I'm no contracts. So,
nice.
So what we'll do is we'll probably cancel it in like the spring and summer when nothing's really on. And then when soccer comes back for me, I watch the Premier League, and I also watch, obviously, hockey. So fall and winter is when I'll renew it, and then we'll probably cancel it. But
so on that
fortunately for me, I have my mom's logins for Showtime and HBO. So
on that note of TV, now does it have? Because I've been watching a lot of Curb on HBO Go recently, and Curb Your Enthusiasm. And now, does HBO include it into View, or are you just not?
So it's an add-on. It's like an a la carte add-on to it. So it's $15, I think, to add HBO to your service. So you can get any package and then add the extra $15. Or if you get the most expensive package, I think it comes with Showtime and HBO and Stars and all those random.
Can you watch TV anywhere with PS View on your iOS
you could
device?
download.
I don't remember exactly what formats it's on, but I know it's on mobile phones. I know it's on Roku. I downloaded it. Obviously, PlayStation.
I downloaded the app on my iPhone.
Yeah.
And some channels you weren't able to watch them, like the sports ones. They were just blacked.
Oh, it might be blacked out, right?
Yeah, it said that you needed you couldn't view the channel at this device or something like that. It said.
But other channels you could watch on like standard LTE outside at a.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how long ago was that though? Because it might have been because you're in a major city, right? Because you're in Chicago.
I'm in
Did you have it when it first came out, or did you get it when it went nationwide?
I tried it when it came out for the 7 months, the 7 days, and then probably
that was only a 5-day trial, which I think is kind of bullshit.
It was a 7 days at that time, and a couple months ago, so I'm gonna say probably like 5 months ago, I had it for like a month. I actually paid for it, and it was the same thing. And I switched to YouTube TV now, which it's
now. What's the pricing on that?
The first month was $20 because it's when they
like a promo or something.
Yeah, the promo, and it's $35, and it has pretty much all the channels that I watch. So that's why.
Does it have NBC Sports?
I have to
because that's really all I need for hockey and Premier League.
You're a hockey guy. I think it does. I'm not sure. I could check for you. Come back later, but. I think it does.
All right, yeah, we'll get back to PlayStation stuff now. I've been doing that, and then I've been playing. I tried jumping back into Metal Gear Solid 2, the HD remaster on Vita. Got my teeth kicked in because I'm not used to playing like an old school traditional Metal Gear Solid game.
The controls are really hard also on the Vita. I remember I tried to
especially on 2, because 3 at least it was kind of like a behind the character kind of free look around. So. Two, it's just like I need to spend like an hour and just get used to the controls again. Maybe I'll do the VR
fucking
mission.
back touchpad.
Really?
Yeah, for peeking.
I thought 3 does. Oh, maybe
they both use back touchpad.
That's why I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, but in newer games, I've been playing the Destiny 2 beta.
Yeah,
and like I said last week, we all played it. Yeah, so pretty much what it is, it's just the first mission, Homecoming. one strike from the game, and 2 multiplayer modes. And for a bit on Sunday, it allowed you to go into the social space, pretty much like what the tower was in the first one, and just walk around. None of the vendors were live. My quick review on the beta is, as a beta, I think it was lacking in a lot. I think it didn't have that even minor sense of progression that like a Call of Duty beta would have, or any other beta where it's like you start at level 1 and rank up like to level 5, and then that's a level cap in the beta. This had you at the max level, and there was no real reason to keep playing matches or doing the strikes over unless you wanted drops, and most of the time it was out of a pool of like 10 guns, so you'd be getting the same gun over and over. But as the game overall, I still think it is a Destiny 1.5, but I don't think it's a bad thing. I think they improved.
See, that's
on
kind
a
of
lot
where
stuff.
I was.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I was kind of feeling just going into Destiny 2. Is all I personally want is just more Destiny. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I want, like, if Destiny plus Taken King plus Rise of Iron was Destiny Season 1 and this is Destiny Season 2, I'm fine with it. I mean, they upped the graphics a little bit. There's some better like dust particle effects and rain shit like that, and it does look mildly better. But yeah, all I really want is more Destiny. What I don't get is, how did people think there's going to be a lot of progression in a beta when it's like a 4-day beta?
My thing is, there's a difference between a beta and a demo. A beta is just gonna give you the minimum of, so you could able to try it, feel the gameplay a little bit, and the demo is gonna actually have some type of progression system like everybody expected.
Well, no, hold on. People thought there was a progression system because the Destiny 1's beta and alpha even had the pretty much like first like 2 hours of the game's missions. You have to go back to the tower to complete missions, and it really gave you the full Destiny. What Destiny 1 was, the final game was going to feel like.
If you played Destiny, you already know what to expect.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. They don't really even need to give a beta at all.
To start complaining about it, I'm like, dude, you guys already know what to expect. It's gonna be.
See, how I feel is
the beta is mostly a marketing thing, I believe.
Yes, absolutely, it's a marketing. I think what they should have done is they should have just did a Crucible beta, and not even have the campaign stuff in there, because, like you said, there's no point in progression. Crucible beta would have let them, do what a beta is supposed to do and stress test the server.
If
see
you
if there's
think
any
about it, that's pretty much what it is.
No, but it was key to show.
I was fine with it. I didn't play too much in it, but I was fine with it.
It was key to show at least one mission, just to show how they improved the narrative heavily. Because if you played the Destiny 1's beta alpha and you played the story missions, it made no fucking sense, and you had no reason to continue playing. Because that's what I was. I
still don't know what the fuck the Traveler is or does, but
exactly. I don't
know if anyone does.
I do. It was missing one line, the beta. Even the game, I hope it adds just to give context to people. Because the only reason right now, story-wise, to have played Destiny 1 is to know the simple fact that the Traveler came to Earth and is what gives Guardians the ability to respawn. Exactly, the ability to respawn.
Yeah, I knew
the light, which is a stupid name, but the ability to respawn, the powers their ghost, and all their cool superhero supers.
I do like that they included the campaign, because I played it and I was like, I'm interested. I like the characters. I want to know more. I just hope that they actually have a nice long campaign.
That's how they ended the first mission. That's how they ended the first mission, I think, very well with Gaul.
Yep.
Like, oh shit, all I have is lost and it being thrown down.
What's the main villain name?
Gaul. G.
That guy looks badass, dude. I like when he just
does look kind of like.
I'm like, oh yes, I like.
Big issue of
Destiny 1, I was like, the Cabal are kind of pussies, and
Destiny 1 also didn't really have a villain. There was never.
The Darkness was the villain, but the Darkness doesn't exist. So,
exactly.
I don't know. Let's not get too in the weeds about Destiny 1. That shit that made no fucking sense. And people that try to make sense of it are talking out their asses. Anyways.
Besides that, I got Puyo Puyo Tetris on the Switch, which is also on the PS4 if you want to pick that up. I really enjoy it. And what about you? Have anything else? I think I played another chapter of Danganronpa, but I don't know. Anything? Is that all we played?
Puyo Tetris. Shout out to that game. It was fun.
Yeah. Anyone? Anything else? Anyone? Nope.
Just PUBG, really. I've been busy.
Yeah.
Work was really stressful last week, so I didn't get to play a lot of games.
Let's move on to the Islander report.
There'll be some news.
There are 7 items on the list.
A captain's count.
Starting off the list, we got the PS4 leads hardware sales among consoles this month. The news comes from the NPD Group's U.S. report. According to this report, PS4 sales were driven by the release of the gold PS4 Slim console with a terabyte hard drive. I think also in some countries, a silver one was being sold as well.
Yeah.
Hardware sales were strong in June 2017 compared with June 2016, up 27%. Year-to-date sales are up 19% over last year, totaling $1.4 billion. Holy shit, man. Video games, my dude.
Shit.
The NPD Group today released U.S. video game sales data for June 2017, and here is the list. 1 second. Okay, cool. So
Let's do top 5, or do you want to do all top 10?
I'll just run over them quick. So this is top 10 games, all platforms. Tekken 7, number 1.
Wow.
Injustice 2, Injustice 2, Grand Theft Auto 5, Crash Bandicoot Trilogy, ARMS, doesn't include digital sales. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, doesn't include digital. Mario Kart 8, doesn't include digital either. Overwatch, 2K17, NBA, and Horizon Zero Dawn up there.
Yep.
June 2017's top 10 PS4 games, Crash, Tekken 7, Injustice 2, Grand Theft Auto 5, Horizon Zero Dawn still up there, MLB The Show 17, Overwatch, doesn't include digital, NBA 2K17, Ghost Recon Wildlands still up there, and Battlefield 1.
Nice.
Top 10 selling games of this year so far. I can't believe it. Somehow Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands, Legend of Zelda's Breath of the Wild, not including digital, For Honor, Grand Theft Auto 5, For Honor, can't believe either, Grand Theft Auto 5, Horizon Zero Dawn,
Yo, For Honor, that's fun as fuck.
Mass Effect Andromeda, Resident Evil 7, NBA 2K17, and Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. So, biggest.
So the most surprising to me,
I'd say number 1, right? Tekken 7.
The
Tekken
first
7,
two, the fighters, Taken
Yeah.
7 and
Injustice, Tekken 7, and Injustice 2. Like, yeah, exactly. I mean, you'd think that there wouldn't be enough air for both of them, but I guess there's just two totally different
That
player bases
actually,
for it.
the actual surprise here is Crash, and in one day it got to top 4.
That is wild.
Crash,
That is crazy.
Crash, I'm not surprised. Like we said last week about like how it's like just really familiar with like a whole crowd and like they were gonna get it day one. But you know what's interesting by the way?
Compare interesting how the game does in July.
Compare the top 10 PS4 games to the top 10 all platforms. Tekken 2, Tekken 7, and Injustice 2 must have sold better on Xbox One than PS4, right? Just math.
They do have a better controller for fighting games. I'm going to be honest.
Interesting, yeah. Even though I think PlayStation has some deal with one of the games, or maybe both of them. I don't know.
Injustice with Injustice.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's like an extra DLC skin or some shit.
I don't know 100%. I'm just basing this off because Crash Bandicoot on all platforms is 4. However, it is under Crash Bandicoot on the PS4 only.
That is an interesting call out.
Plus, Injustice
what
and
interests
Tekken are
me-
in PC, aren't they?
Injustice is only on Xbox. Tekken, no, I don't think either is on PC actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Someone should look that up. What is still interesting to me is For Honor and Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands. For Honor is fun as fuck, but I don't play it often. That's a game I play on like on a rainy day. It's like a comfort food game for me, where it's just like I just want to go like stab some dudes for a little bit and get off. Wildlands, I think Miguel and I might have to jump into. I might have to get it on GameFly or
We
something.
talked about it last week, but
I think that's gonna cure my itch for a console-based PUBG. Even though it's not the same, I know it's not the same, but it's the closest thing I think we can get to on PS4.
I wasn't really saying anything about For Honor's quality as much as it being a new IP. It's seeming very like not niche, but very like out there as like like this weird like combat game of playing as old things. But it's cool seeing new IPs
It's
have that.
basically tug of war with knights and samurais and Vikings and shit. So
Yeah.
the question is that how is GTA 5 still on top 10?
we're gonna ask that every week.
I mean,
I assume they don't get
good on
Minecraft
Rockstar.
files. You think Minecraft would be
They
up here
did,
more?
didn't they just do a new online update though? So that maybe
they
that has to do with
update.
it.
They update the online part like every month. They add stuff every
That's
month.
Maybe
probably
it's
why
the
it stays up
sales.
there.
Yeah.
They're making a
Next.
bunch of money though. That's for sure.
Next up on the list, Aaron Flynn, general manager of Mass Effect and Dragon Age developer Bioware, has announced he is stepping down after 17 years with the company. Casey Hudson, the project director of the original Mass Effect, will be returning to lead the studio as the new general manager. What do you guys think about this? Have you ever read Jeff
I
Keighley's
think this
final hours of
instantly
Mass Effect
makes.
3?
Where's
I don't believe I did. I should go back and look that up though. But I think that this makes Anthem instantly Game of the Year whenever it comes out, because Casey Hudson is the reason Mass Effect 1 is so beloved. I thought he worked on 2 as well, and I thought he worked on all 3. He didn't work on all 3 of the Mass Effect games?
He started the production of Andromeda too before he left.
I think
That's
this
what I'm
is
saying. He worked on the original trilogy.
Mass Effect trilogy, I think, was with this.
Okay, that would make more sense. So I think that's a game changer. That they have Drew Karpyshyn back writing Anthem, and they have Casey Hudson, I'm assuming, working on Anthem or Dragon Age. I mean, maybe he's going to go to Dragon Age once development slows down, but I think that's huge because I think both of those two guys are what made Mass Effect. I think they are the ones that steered Mass Effect into being what it was on the original trilogy, and I think they were sorely lacking in Andromeda, to me personally.
I'm wondering what the connection is with Aaron leaving and Casey Hudson coming back. If it had anything to do with like Casey not wanting his baby to fall or like fail or anything. So it's like, oh, I gotta get Bioware back up there, and like feels like it's duty to get.
Well,
back.
But do you think that Casey had anything to do with Anthem? Like, do you think he had started work on Anthem before he left to work on HoloLens stuff?
Oh, maybe.
I doubt it.
Ooh, that'd be an interesting thing.
He started Andromeda, dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but he was on it super early. That game got changed because in Jason Schreier's thing, they even said the game changed. So whatever came out, I don't think it had anything to do with what Casey was working on.
But I doubt that he was part of the new game.
That's what I'm saying. Is how long has Anthem been in development?
Probably.
I would imagine at least probably 2 years.
I mean, at least 2 years, but
2 or 3 years max.
Maybe. Probably, yeah, the game of that scale. Next up, during the San Diego Comic-Con this past weekend, the Call of Duty World War II Nazi zombie reveal happened. Sledgehammer got up there, officially revealed the next iteration of their zombie mode, calling it, probably the least campy and most terrifying yet. Yes, of course, Glenn Schofield and Michael Condrey worked previously on the Dead Space series. Funny they couldn't mention, I watched the panel, Greg Miller hosted it and all. And they weren't allowed to, like, I guess they didn't want to, or they weren't allowed to mention Dead Space at all. Like, they kept us from mentioning, like, our past games. The cast of Call of Duty World War II Nazi Zombie Mode has been revealed. It consists of David Tennant, the Doctor in Doctor Who, Drostin Hind from something, Catherine Winnick from Vikings, Marie Fisher from something, Elodie Young from Marvel's Daredevil. She plays Elektra, Olivia Durant, and Udo Kier from Blade, Armageddon, and
are you naming the characters they play as individual actresses and actors?
Oh, I was. Yeah, that's a good point.
David Tennant as Drosden Hind, Catherine Winnick as Mary Fisher, Elodie Young as Olivia Durant, and Udo Kier.
You forgot
Dr.
to say
Peter Staub.
Ass.
Yeah. That's funny.
I was like really confused. I was like, how many people are in this fucking mode?
Reading it also, I confused myself. I'm like, how is there 8 people? And why does every other name not have a credit? But yeah, zombie mode looks, I don't know, honestly, to me, a huge zombie fan, it looks pretty boring. It looks so like
really? Why?
Cliche. Well, the premise this time around is Monument Men, post-war, a group of soldiers or whatever for, like, I guess, different people, like, one's like a French resistance, I think, or something, go in and to get the Nazis took a bunch of art, like, valuable art, and after the war, a bunch of, like, the Monument Men, they're called, went back in and retrieved them, so before Nazis destroyed them, whatever. And pretty much that's happening now. And when they stumble upon this like Nazi place where they're looking for art, it's a bunch of zombies and crazy doctor and shit like that. And really like gruesome zombies is being shown in the trailer and stuff.
See, that's what grabbed my attention.
Yo, there's a zombie that looks straight up like the fucking what's the zombie from Killing Floor 2 called? The one that the Flesh Pounder. It looks like a Flesh Pounder. It's like they just fucking aped Killing Floor 2 in this shit, making like the other versions of zombies. I don't know. It'd be cool. I'm not buying this at launch. I'll get it when the gold edition comes out. But
I'll get it when
cool,
it comes
but
out.
It looks like it's going back to that Nacht on Toten style map. You know what I mean? Where there's not as much crazy shit going on and it's more straightforward. So we'll see.
Yeah.
That whole game looks more kind of toned down compared to past games. Not violence wise and not narrative wise, but yeah, exactly. Like gameplay wise, it looks more straightforward.
I'm excited. Excited for it.
Yeah, I guess it's just weird that, like, I'm still waiting on the next Treyarch Zombies, but whatever. You know what's interesting, by the way? It seems like Activision, whatever, this is my own observation, but, like, restructured who gets what zombie name. So, like, Now this is being called Nazi Zombies. That was originally Treyarch's, but Treyarch gave up that mantle because Treyarch has Call of Duty Zombies. Like if that's ever being written somewhere, that specifically refers to Treyarch.
Like they are the zombie
Call of
masters.
Duty Zombies, exactly. That's what I think. And
I mean,
then
yeah, 'cause
They
call them
had.
Nazi zombies.
Was it ever explicitly called Nazi zombies in World at War though, or did everyone just kind of call it that?
it
Because
was
I feel
called
like
Call of
that might have
Duty,
been what
yeah.
happened.
So, at the Knockdown Taunt splash screen, once you beat the game, or whatever, once you start the loading screen for the thing, ends off Call of Duty and then Blood Splurt, and then it says Nazi Zombies.
Okay.
It was called Nazi Zombies, even though in the third map it were Japanese zombies, and but with the remake of Knockdown Taunt and Chronicles, it just says Call of Duty Zombies, like the same thing, but they took out the word, like the same.
Because they
blood splatter.
rebranded it, yeah. Whatever.
Yeah.
I am excited to see what Treyarch does, because Treyarch is next up, right? Because last
Next
year,
up, yeah.
Infinite Warfare
Yeah.
was Infinity War, because it was Infinity Wardfare. This is Sledgehammer. So I'm excited to see what Treyarch does. Hopefully it's... part of me wants a Black Ops 4, but part of me wants it to be like a Black Ops 1 sequel.
I actually want to
You know?
see them do a modern
Like I want it to
warfare
go back to...
type of game.
I'd like to see him do a war in like 2018. That'd be really cool. Like current day, like
current day, yeah, like modern
But
day.
not with like robots and shit though.
Oh
Like,
no,
real,
just
real life current day, not future fake current day.
Yeah.
no.
If they actually could do kind of odd, terrible comparison, but what Medal of Honor was trying to do with that sort of gritty, real Medal of Honor 2013, no, Medal of Honor
okay.
2011, no, 2010, was trying to do with like that gritty,
Well, there was two of them,
real,
right?
yeah. Then Warfighter, the worst name ever, in 2012 or something.
Game was
Whatever.
actually fun.
I think
The
it was
first
every
one-
other year it flipped with Battlefield. Anyways, we're getting into too much in the weeds with that. So
Next up, Telltale has announced Batman: The Enemy Within, the second season of its own Batman series. Episode 1 is
Yeah,
called
buddy.
Enigma, and will be released on August 8th. I've played season 1. Yeah, big fan.
so
really-
much sooner
yeah.
than I thought it would be.
Right, very, very surprised at that announcement.
Dude, I'm so hyped for another easy platinum.
Yeah. Telltale has also announced fourth final season of The Walking Dead in 2018 and a second season of The Wolf Among Us in 2018. What they did not announce is any blame for having a shitty engine that makes these great stories almost unplayable, and any promise to fix that.
Hopefully, there's no floating eyeballs in Batman again.
I would love to
A lot
play
of people
all
are
these
hyped
games.
about Wolf Among Us. So
A lot of people love Wolf Among Us. I'd love to play all these games, but honestly, I think I'm done since when Telltale's Batman crashed every episode at least once.
it only
See,
crashed for me once. It didn't actually
crashed
crash
for-
for me. I restarted it because I was hoping that restarting it would fix the eyeball bug. But I'm gonna definitely get Batman just because I really liked the direction that they went with it and they shook it up. Probably gonna skip Walking Dead for now because I still haven't been season 1. I'm on the last episode of season 1, so one day I'll just crank through all 4 seasons of it when they're all out. Wolf Among Us I own first season. I liked what I played. I just never got to it. So the other 2 I'll get to one day, but Batman I'm definitely getting.
Miguel, you getting Batman?
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna wait until other episodes release and then get it.
Yeah, that's usually the same.
Okay.
It'll go on
usually
sale.
do, yeah.
I bought Guardians of the Galaxy. I waited a month and a half and got
I
Guardians
hate
of
how
the
that
Galaxy.
happens. I find that
You know
so
what I mean?
illegal.
They do that all the time. So I'm gonna wait.
How could there be a sale on a game that's not even? It's ridiculous. Like what's up? Literally,
Yeah,
what's the point
what-
of getting it?
When I bought the Guardians of the Galaxy season pass on sale for $10 with the first episode
Like
included,
2 episodes.
And
were-
I
when
bought
you
it for
wait-
$10.
if you-
There was only 2 episodes out.
yeah.
If you wait until everything drops out, I mean, you're gonna end up probably getting it for $5.
you
So it's better
probably
just
get
waiting
it for
until
free,
everything
honestly.
comes out.
So
Next up on the list is Sony is inviting PlayStation 4 owners to take part in a beta test for its next major system update. The announcement
no fucking thank you.
doesn't outline any upcoming features that testers will be giving a spin. It does note that the prior beta for system update 4.5 got early access to external HDD support, custom wallpapers, and quick menu refresh. This update is being pitched as similar in scope. So this is going to be PS4 software update 5.0, right? The
Yeah.
full 5. Yeah, hopefully we
If
see
you
a bit-
wanna be part of it, just go to the PlayStation block.
Yeah, sign
sign
up
up
there. Hopefully we see some big things. If they're saying it's going to be similar in scope,
I'm gonna mention it. The rumor is that
yeah.
they're finally gonna be able to change the name now, but obviously we're gonna wait for confirmation. But if they do, that's gonna be a big update.
What else
I
is
don't know
missing?
how they're
What do
gonna.
you
I
guys-
don't know how it's gonna work, but
What do you guys want to see? What's on like your wish list? Like, what do you think the PS4 system UI is missing?
Hoping better streaming integration. I hope that pressing the share button fucking loads faster.
Yeah,
I'd like to see
loading
Beam
times.
integration because Beam does seem pretty cool, but I don't know if that's owned by Microsoft, so I don't know
It
if we'll
is,
ever even
it
get
is.
it.
Yeah, it is. So we're not gonna
Yeah,
get
so
it.
we'll never get it then. So never mind.
Other than like probably make some things a little bit faster, but
Yeah.
Yeah, name changes, make the store load faster, make it reconnect to
yeah.
the internet.
I
When
mean,
you go into
that's
sleep mode
just
faster.
the store is separate, dude. They're not gonna. They're just,
I just
not
wanted to
gonna be able to
reconnect
change
to the
that.
internet faster when you come out of sleep mode. Because I
Nice.
feel like for
You
like
know,
half a second it'll be like
the
not
store-
connected to the internet. And then,
Does that a
for the
lot.
store. I hope they change it back to how it was on the PS3. There was like a period of like a year. It was close to perfect on the PS3. I think it was when. What was it? Like probably 2012.
You know why would
Was it
happen?
pre or post?
They changed it
Post.
to more like a web or HTML5 interface that they were praising before it came on the PlayStation Blogcast. It's like, oh, it's going to be so fast. We're going to be able to send out updates
yeah,
faster
okay.
and all that shit. And when it came, it literally was the worst. And they never talked. I'm like, wow, that was such fake enthusiasm. But yeah, 5.0 is probably good. We're going to see in a couple months.
Such wild, much fake.
Insane. Next up on the list, the previously unreleased Stormy Ascent level from the first Crash game is now available as free DLC for the Crash Bandicoot Insane trilogy. According to the PlayStation blog, the extra level will be free via the PlayStation Store through August 19th. So if you have that game, download that thing. Level.
Anthony,
If you don't have
have
the
you
game,
downloaded it?
download it free anyways. Get into your thing just in case you get it.
I just
Anthony,
forgot
have you
about it. I'll go
downloaded
download it later.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, I'll go on the
You
store
got a
and
month.
download it right now. I just totally forgot.
Are you still
That's
playing
cool.
it?
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm like I said, this week's been just a busy week for me. I haven't really played anything. Tay's been playing it a lot actually. She's been playing 1 and 2 because she gets mad at 1 and then goes plays 2 because it's a little not easier, but it's a little less like janky.
People
So-
keep saying that people should start at 2, 3, and then do 1. Is it true? Like, is there a big difference?
I don't know if you would want to go back to 1.
But it's because of that, because it's harder and. So you
I would
get
say
used to the controls
try
and then
1,
do
and if 1 is making you bang your head against the wall, just skip it, and then go to 2, and then play 2 and 3. That's what I would say.
Alright.
Is Jack 2 the best? You guys know? Because I feel like Naughty Dog has a thing with always making 2 like the best.
I loved 2. 3 was it's like comparing The Dark Knight to Batman Begins. The Dark Knight's the better movie, but Batman Begins to me is like the better Batman story. So I feel like Jack 3 is the better game, gameplay wise and systems wise and all that. But Jack 2, I feel like had a. They're both good. They're both solid. You were either a Jack fan or you were a Ratchet fan. I mean, I liked both, but you typically leaned a little bit one way. I was more of a Jack fan than a Ratchet fan, and then I got into Ratchet a little bit later, a couple years later, and then my buddy got me into it. But more a Jack fan. I loved 2 though.
Interesting. Next up on the list, we have Techland has announced Dying Light will be getting 10, count of 10, pieces of original new content during the next 12 months. The content will include new enemies, new events, new mysteries, and more. Cool. That's not
so-
that much detail.
Well, I mean, think about it, dude. The game came out 2 years ago, right?
Is it
came
going
out
to
2
be free?
years
Is it
ago,
going to be
and
free
the
content? Oh, it's going to be
yeah,
free.
It's going to be free.
Free DLC drops. Okay,
Free
cool. So,
DLC.
so it's going to be like new seasons and shit like that. All right, that's fun.
You just bought that, right, Miguel?
Yeah, I bought it a couple months ago, and I have it on the PS4 Pro. It's there. I haven't tried it because I'm been playing other games or whatever. But I wanna try it out, and now with the new DLC that's gonna come out, I'm for sure gonna end up trying it.
So that's pretty rad. You got it on sale, and then you're also getting bonus shit.
Yeah,
so.
I got it for like $20. It was on
beat that.
sale on GameStop. So,
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
and I got the special edition. I remember the enhancement edition. I think it was. It had all the DLC.
The enhancement edition? That'd be funny.
I think it's
Oh
something
no,
like
it's the following enhanced edition is what it's called.
Yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
an enhanced edition. That's a cool. That's like.
It
that's
just
better
comes with
than-
all the season passes.
Yeah.
It's better. Yeah, no, they just keep on trying to make fucking new words. Definitive used to be. In my day, we called those definitive editions. All right.
Yeah, but-
So that has been the news for the week. Next up, we have the list of PlayStation games coming to every possible PlayStation platform as read by the community best friends. Here
least
are
it's
the new
different.
releases. Yeah, here are the new releases for the week of July 25th, 2017. A Healer Only Lives Twice, PS4 digital. Active Soccer 2 DX, PS4, PS Vita, digital cross-buy.
Not bad.
Aven Colony, PS4 digital. Circuit Breakers, PS4 digital. Collar X Malice, PS Vita digital, out 7/28. Constructor, PS4 digital, out 7/28. Fortnite, PS4 digital and retail. The storm came without warning. 90% of the world's population vanished. Then came the monsters. Lead the world's remaining heroes in the fight to hold back the storm. Explore the large, destructible world where no two games are ever the same. Build huge forts, craft exotic weapons, find loot, and level up your heroes. Take on the storm with 4-player online co-op. Welcome to Epic Games' new action-building game, Fortnite.
All right.
So this is the game that I mentioned earlier that I said I wanted to save for now. I was playing Fortnite because my buddy has. So if you bought this game, if you pre-ordered it, you got early access on I think July 21st, which was Friday. So I was playing it on his on Xbox. He has it on Xbox. If I sign him in and then I sign myself in, I can play it on my name just because he signed in. So I dabbled with it. Put a couple hours into it. Actually, it's really fun. I really like that the building isn't. I was worried it was going to be too much like Minecraft, where it's just so much thrown at you and you don't know what to do. Like when I play Minecraft, I just kind of it's more like Dragon Quest Builders
4. Ooh, Dragon Quest.
Yeah, I don't know how Fallout 4's was, but it was more like Dragon Quest Builders in the sense that it's like, here's what you need to build, go build it, and then once they kind of show you, like you get blueprints in the game, so you can just build like a staircase. You don't need to build each block for the for the steps. You know what I mean? So I like that you get blueprints and you can kind of just build whatever you want. There's a good learning curve to it. And the gunplay is surprisingly not bad either. I was worried it was going to be really clunky. It's still not like a Gears of War caliber third-person shooter, but it's it's pretty competent. So it's a really fun blend of building and shooting. And it's also zombies. It reminds me of, like I said, Dragon Quest Builders almost meets like
Borderlands.
Not really.
Left 4 Dead at all, or no?
You know what it reminds me of? It's Dragon Quest Builders meets Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare.
Okay, you can see that.
All right. School description.
Not bad.
And also, just a side note, quick before we move on, that game is going to be free next year. These are just founders packs, which give you bonus shit, yada yada. But if you wait till next year, you can play the game free.
But if you want to support the developer, give them some money.
Exactly. Yeah, if you want to support Epic Games.
Trophy time. So this game has Miguel, take it away. What are the trophies stats looking like for this game? Fortnite.
All right, let's see. Trophy time. It has 32 bronzes, 10 silvers, 3 gold, and a platinum.
Is it looking attainable or not really?
I checked the trophies, and most of them, like the bronzes, most of them are like to collect certain items, like collect wood, collect boats, beat the actual mission. I don't know if they're like missions or like campaign, or I don't know how it's structured.
So they're smaller bite-sized missions that you play, okay. And then you have a home base that you can build in your free time. Okay. So it's mission structured, but you can go back and play them, I believe. If you wanted to replay any of the old missions.
There's a couple trophies of killing like 1,000 zombies. I don't know if there's like the main bosses or it has some certain names, but I don't know if
it doesn't. I don't think that's as bad as it seems. There's a lot of zombies per match
because it looks attainable.
If you just play it, if you play it moderately, I don't think it's that bad.
Attainable platinum Fortnite.
Yeah, because there's one kill 20,000 miss monsters, so I guess those are the regular like looking zombies. I hope they are, because 20,000 might be a little hard. The only one that might have a problem with is complete 1,000 play with other missions. So you're gonna have to play 1,000 matches with someone else.
You can match me.
Oh, okay, that's not a problem then. So it should be good then. It looks obtainable. Looks good.
You just got to put time into it, but yeah, it should be obtainable.
Next up on the new releases, we have Heroes of the Seven Seas, PSVR Digital, Play as a pirate seeking the legendary Seven Seas artifacts in a vivid VR world. The picture for this one is 2 anime girls dressed up in pirate outfits, one with heavy cleavage, and then one like grungy emo pirate guy. So, and they have like a bunch of food next to them. I don't really understand what kind of VR game this is, but it's there for you. Next up, Infinite Mini Golf, PSVR Digital. It's Spring Again, PS Vita Digital, out 7/28. An educational game for children ages 2 and up. It uses game mechanics to teach children about the seasons. If what was missing in your life was a educational Vita game, boy oh boy is it here. Leaving Lindo, PS4 Digital, out 7/27. Lost Grimoires, Stolen Kingdom, PS4 Digital. Polera, PS Vita Digital. Pressure Overdrive, PS4 Digital. Much longly anticipated Supergiant game, Pyre, PS4 Digital. Pyre is a party-based RPG from the creators of Bastion and Transistor. Lead your band of exiles to freedom through a series of mystical competitions in the campaign, or challenge a friend to a fast-paced ritual showdown in a head-to-head versus mode. So even since PAX East a couple months ago, there's been hour-long lines capped for this game, so it's finally here. Get your hands on it.
The trophies for this one, it looks a little bit harder than Fortnite.
I think I remember the Bastion Transistor wants to be a challenge yet attainable.
Yeah, there has 38
I think you had to do
bronzes.
multiple playthroughs for Bastion.
Yeah. It looks the same. It looks the same here. It has 38 bronzes, 10 silver, 2 gold, and 1 platinum.
Nice, that was on platinum.
It has a versus mode, a bunch of trophies on versus.
Interesting. So you might have to get a friend up in there.
Yeah, those probably are gonna be the ones that you're gonna have problems with, probably.
I can imagine. Next up, Rugby League Live for PS4 Digital, out 7/28.
Yeah, that rugby.
Yeah, a rugby game, sure. A deep career mode that spans multiple decades. Take a player from junior ranks right up to the big leagues. Smashbox Arena, PSVR Digital. Sundred, PS4 Digital, out 7/28. These are another indie game by the makers.
Sundred or Sundered?
Oh, Sundered, I guess. I don't know. Sundered, yeah, so that works. It's by the makers of Jotun. Jotun. I remember that was a lot of people like that game.
Like Jotunheim?
Yeah. Houghton, I don't even know. Houghton. Next, Super Cloud Built, PS4 Digital. Then Thesis, PSVR Digital, out 7/26.
Theseus.
Theseus, yeah.
Theseus.
Oh yeah, like Greek.
I only know that because he's like.
Yeah. He's the main guy in the Odyssey now. Make that one up.
He's the main guy in those Clash of the Titan movies.
Yes, that one, not the Odyssey. I think also the Odyssey.
For the PS4, like a year ago or something.
No,
is it like the puzzle game?
There is a similar game, something.
That's
with
what I
thought
first.
Not it, yeah. This is an immersive VR experience that offers a new take on the myth of the Minotaur. Enjoy a mix of exploration, story, and combat with a strong cinematic feel. Do you have what it takes to unveil the truth that lies in the heart of the labyrinth? That looks like an interesting game. It looks heavily story-focused and narrative-focused, but sounds interesting. Another, Tiny Tracks, PSVR Digital, and Unbox Newbies Adventure, PS4 Digital. And last up, Vostok Inc., PS4 Digital, out 7/26. So first,
just a
major observation: a crap load of VR games.
Yeah,
Very
just
cool.
a quick note before we move on. A couple corrections. One, the Odyssey's main character was Odysseus. So there's that. And then I just want to just go back to which game was it, real quick. Where was it? One of the ones earlier. Lost Grimoire, Stolen Kingdom. The cover art for it literally looks like Fable, the Lost Chapters for the original Xbox. It looks exactly like it. Yeah. So that's crazy to me. But yeah, a lot of VR games. That's pretty rad. I don't know if any of them are gonna be good, but at least it's getting support.
Did you mention the last game, Jeffrey?
Yeah.
Which one was it?
Vostok?
Oh, okay. So you... that's on me. I'm checking.
What? What do you mean? Is there another one?
You mentioned Unboxed Newbie's Adventure?
Yeah.
Huh. I guess I missed it.
What about it?
I thought you missed it. Okay.
Do you have like a special soft spot for Newbie's Adventure, or did you just think?
No, I thought he just missed it. I thought.
I swear to God, if I see you get the platinum for that, I'm calling you out.
I'm more a fan
Maybe
of
it's
the
an
original
easy one, maybe.
Unbox.
I'm gonna be unboxing those movies, dude. You know.
It's like his favorite new game.
Newbies is the protagonist. Don't unbox him. He's the box.
Dude, the little character looking at the picture, the
It looks
red
like
one
everyone's
looks like
boxes. Yeah.
yeah, that looks funny. They look cute though. I gotta say that.
All right. So that's this week's new releases. Anthony, what do we got next?
So now we get to topic of the episode.
Totes.
Might need to come up with a new phrase for that too. So this week, this is actually something I wanted to do last week, and then we came up with a different topic, so we kind of shelved it. I had mentioned to you guys, because we had been playing Killing Floor 2 a lot, and I said, I kind of casually said, Killing Floor 2 might be the best PS Plus game we've gotten since Rocket League. And so we kind of went off that idea, and I thought we could kind of arrange our top 5 PS Plus games dating back. So we're going to do PS4 and PlayStation Vita. So we can go, you want to do one for one, or do you want to do my 5, Jeffrey's 5, Miguel's 5?
Let's do full list.
Yeah.
Per person.
Okay,
So
I'll
we
go first.
agree that Rocket League's probably the best one, right?
Rocket League, I guess. Rocket League clearly just based on its success, and it clearly, I don't think, would have done the same thing if it wasn't a plus game. It really defines what a plus game is, like the game that's like, dude, this game's awesome. Like, wait, I could play it at home because I have like, if you play it at someone else's house, but then you're like, wait, it's free for me. It's like, it really, like, it had so many people talking about it, and I think it was heavily due to plus, and I think it by itself is an amazing game.
Oh yeah.
And fun little note on that, its first game, Super Acrobatic, let me just get the name, Rocket Battle Cars, was first a PS Plus game on PS3 back in February 2012. And got no attention there pretty much. So I think it was heavily, it was at a time that like no games are coming out on a new system.
Might help that the name is a little bit easier to roll off the tongue too. But.
Name definitely, yeah.
True.
And because Twitch was so much, the Twitch culture was so much bigger in 15 than 12. But yeah, so let's go.
That's a good
Besides
point.
Rocket League, what are the top games?
So my top 5 go as such. Killing Floor 2, which was dropped 6/6/2017. Gone Home, 6/7, that was 2016. I wrote 17. Resident Evil Remaster, which was 10/4/16. I also wrote 2017 for that. Oh wow, I fucked these all up. Journey, September 6th, 2016, and Rogue Legacy, February 3rd, 2016. Honorable mentions are Severed, which came out this past March, and Until Dawn, which came out this month. I separated those as honorable mentions because I owned them when they went free, so I didn't want to say something that I already owned previously, but those are excellent games, and those probably would have been in my top 3, to be honest. So that's my list. Jeffrey, you want to go yours?
So yeah, no, let's talk about that a little. So Killing Floor 2, I think, has the very similar effect of what Rocket League had 2 years ago, with being a summer game, being a multiplayer game, being easy to get into. Like we've already said on a bunch of podcast episodes before, how great Killing Floor 2 is, and like it really is. It's really so simple, and just the different classes and stuff, and the simplistic, quick zombie killing is awesome. And then on Rogue Legacy, I definitely would have not known about the game, not touched it, not cared for it if it wasn't on. Wait, no, it didn't. It didn't come out in 17. It wasn't 17.
Yeah, that's why I said I fucked up all the dates. That's why I said them correctly when I read them out loud, but I wrote them wrong. So, but yeah, that was cross-buy with Vita too, which is excellent because that's a perfect Vita game as well, I think.
In February of 2015, yes, I was actually in Israel at this time, and it was it's such a good for like plane rides or bus rides or anything. You play one game,
So you played it on Vita
nature. Yeah, I played so much on Vita Rogue Legacy. Crazy. Nice. Yeah, I think it works better as a portable game, honestly.
I tried it on the Vita, and it was just too hard for me, man. I didn't have the patience for it.
I only really even killed, I think, one boss and got to the second one and never beat the second one out of 4 bosses. Anthony, did you do all the bosses or no?
I did not do all the bosses. That's a game that my friend Jesse is really, really, really good at it. And I kind of just watched him play it more than I played it myself.
Nice.
I just really respect the game. I mean, I did screw around with it, but I'm not good at it. But I just respect Rogue Legacy so much that I had to put it as number 5. If I were able to put Severed and Until Dawn, it might have bumped that off just because, like I said, I didn't play it as much. But that game, it's when I think of a roguelike game, I immediately think Rogue Legacy. You know what I mean? Like, they named it perfectly. The game itself is pretty close to a perfect roguelike. And I just think it's I have to respect it even though I didn't beat it.
Fair enough. All right,
What are
great
your
list.
top 5, Jeffrey?
So starting off, just some quick history. I've been a Plus member since launch, and it has been such a great service in terms of free games. And like, you can't forget, the first game was Wipeout HD, then Mushroom Wars a couple months, 2 months after. Like, these games that, like, Wipeout HD, because I wasn't even the biggest PlayStation guy at the time, I would have really never played, and like, just like Mushroom Wars, like, kind of like showing like, oh, these little small indie games could be games, like fun, like I could put more investment in it. But yes, let's get to my PS4 list games. With starting off with Don't Starve. PS4 came out January 14, and the PS4, of course, came out in November 13. So 2 months after, you're getting this really good game.
Shit, I forgot about Don't Starve.
Yeah, and it was free when it came out on the system. So I love games. Like, a big thing to a good Plus game is it being its launch month and it's being a Plus that month. So it's like, it really gives you like, oh, a new game rather than an old game that I know the reviews and shit like that. So that was really fun. I think that's more my honorable mention, just because that really occupied a lot of my time when the PS4 didn't have that many games at the time. Next up, also launched on Plus free when it launched on the system, Outlast. It came out that February, so a month after. An amazing game. I didn't get to this game until that summer when I played it with a bunch of my friends in like a dark room on a Saturday night. Outlast is such a perfect game that I would have never committed to buying a scary game, because I don't like the horror games like that. But if it was given to me for free, and it also I think came after, or I played it near PT, and it really had the awesome, like, everyone's around the couch like watching a horror movie feel. Next up, Towerfall Ascension, PS4. This came out. It came out for the PS4 in, I want to say, April of 14 or March of 14, and was a Plus game in July 14, 2014. And I think this was a little too early for this game. I would have been upset if I didn't buy it, but luckily I didn't buy it, and there was a lot of buzz around it, so I got to play it, and it's such an amazing local couch co-op game. Towerfall Ascension, highly recommend. Another game that I would have bought, but just didn't buy it at launch and kind of waited till it got on sale or was Plus, Infamous First Light. This was January of 2015. I just beat it actually a couple weeks ago. Loved it. Like some of the best parts of Infamous Second Son, put into a little standalone DLC adventure. Next up, a game I was gonna buy if it wasn't. So this has a different effect of Outlast and Don't Starve, where those were given to me. I was planning on buying this from months ahead. Ollie Ollie 2, Welcome to Hollywood, launched as a free game. I played this mostly on the Vita, just like I played Ollie Ollie 1. Outstanding. Such a fun fucking game. It really, like, evolves, like, if you, like, would think, like, what's the future of skateboarding games? Like, Ollie Ollie 2, like, being it would be so weird, but, like, it takes such a great place of, like, the Tony Hawk games of, like, actually, like, doing cool tricks and shit, even though it's 2D. And then rounding out the list is not my favorite game, but I think a very fun game. Wouldn't have been my radar. Wouldn't have known about it if it wasn't for Plus. Broforce, which came in March of 2016. Didn't launch for free. I didn't even know when it launched. But definitely lots of fun playing with couch co-op friends. So, like, as you can see in my list, very focused on the couch co-op, coming out of nowhere type of games.
Not bad, man. I like it.
Yeah. Any comments or rolling through?
Yeah, Infamous First Light. I forgot about that. I would have probably put it on my list, but I missed it. I have it, and I still haven't played it.
Yeah, same. Like I think I bought it for like $5 because I think that was around the time where my PS Plus had lapsed. Don't Starve, I can't believe I forgot about Don't Starve. That game's great. And Broforce also a very fun game. That was one of the first games that they let us vote on, right? I think they did it a month. So. They stopped it for a month, and then they brought it back for a month. And I think Broforce was like the second time they let us vote for a PS Plus game.
And Outlast, that game is just something else, man.
Outlast, I love as a plus game, so because I really would not have like I would never buy it. I would never buy a horror game like that, and it was given to me, and I loved it.
Well,
I'm doing that with Outlast 2 right now. It's a little longer, so we're playing it in over a couple weekends. But every Saturday night we go to my friend's place and play a few hours of it. Very scary.
So your friend has it, or you have it?
He has it on his system, yeah.
Oh, okay,
I don't think it's as good as Outlast 1, but it's still.
Isn't it just a little? Isn't it more of Outlast?
It is.
Or does it have something different on it?
It has a new gimmick where it gets a little more paranormally than the first one did.
Oh, okay.
So now this game had some controversy when it came out with or when it was about to come out in Australia, right? That they had seen like a pre-release build that had a scene that wasn't in the final game, and they were going to ban the game or they weren't going to approve the game based on what was in the pre-release build, and then they sent them the actual build of the game, and that scene wasn't in there, I guess. It was something to do with like it was like a graphic scene with a guy and his wife both being raped by like monsters or some shit.
Really?
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised. A very grotesque, like gruesome, like gory-ish game. This is like very revolves around like cultish and stuff. 2 different cults. I think one of them impregnate your wife or something. I don't know.
It's kind of reading that scene kind of unsettled me, to be honest. So
they took that out of the U.S.
I think it was out of the game as a whole.
Yeah,
unless that scene is still in there, it's just different. But I don't know. It was kind of reading what was in that scene was kind of unsettling. It kind of turned me off to the game, to be honest. I don't care if other people play it. I'm not saying don't play it. It's for me personally. I was like, it's more maybe just because I'm married and it's like I don't want to think about that type of, So I don't know. But,
honestly, the story is. I think it's told in it's really like weird way and stuff, and we just play it more just because we pass around the controller after everyone dies. So it's pretty much we just fuck around for jump scares. That's like
you're playing it like Dark Souls kind of, where it's like.
Yeah, I guess I don't know how you'd play Dark Souls like that, but
well, like every time you die, you pass a control around.
Is that like Dark Souls? I knew you could leave a note in Dark Souls, but
no, I'm just saying like if you and your buddies are all playing Dark Souls together and you could pass the control around every time you die, because you die a lot in that game. Never mind. Fucking never mind. Miguel, what's your list?
It could be. I don't get it. Miguel, what's your list?
All right, my list. I'm gonna do the honorable mentions first. I got 2 of them. NBA 2K16. I know pretty much everybody had it already, but it's nice to see that they actually just gave it for free.
If you don't play sports games, it's cool now having a sports game,
Plus, it's one of the best sports games out there.
Yeah, clearly.
And Helldivers, I got it when it came out, and it's nice to see that they actually put it there. And the game it's really hard at the beginning. You gotta get used to the controls, but it's just really fun. My top 5 in no specific order. The first one is Resogun. It came out in November 2013. It's the first game that was available for the PS4, right? On the PS Plus.
Resogun and Contrast were the first 2.
That game, in my opinion, was the best game on the PS4 for a while. I don't know what you guys think, but in my opinion, that's.
I agree that it was the best like arcade game, but like you can't really compare like to Battlefield 4. I feel like you're comparing 2 different games.
Battlefield 4 launched really bad, dude.
I have weird Battlefield
that just took it out.
I have weird Battlefield luck where I never get shitty launches.
Yeah, Battlefield was broken as fuck for me for a while.
Yeah,
so.
I always read all the articles. I guess I'm always like the 10% that never has the crashes or server issue. I don't know how. Since Bad Company 2.
The second one, it's Dead Nations.
Nice.
It came out in March 2014 for the PS Plus. Third one, Transistor. Great game. Came out in February 2015. 4-1 is Guacamelee Super Turbo Championship Edition. Came out in May 2015. Yeah, I did. When I downloaded it, and then I just forgot about it, and then one day I'm like, let me see what's this about. I tried it. I couldn't stop playing it. It was so good. I played it probably for like 2 weeks straight.
So now, was that Drinkbox's first like big game like that, or had they been making games?
No, they
had something else. I don't remember.
About a blob.
But that was their first game that really put them on the map then, because I had no expectations going into that game.
Tales from Space.
Full disclosure, I had played it on Xbox Games with Gold because it was free on there. At a separate time. I don't remember if it was before or after it was free on PS Plus, but I played it on Xbox just because I was like, let me give this shit a try, and I was like hooked instantly. I couldn't believe how awesome the game was. So that big shout out to Guacamelee.
So I forgot how it goes. I'm not sure if Mutant Blob's Attack. 1 second, hold on, because Greg...
also 2 Drinkbox games on our list. So with Severed.
Yes. Okay.
Severed.
So Tales from Space Mutant Blob's Attack was a PS Plus game, and that was their second game, Drinkbox's second game. Launched Vita first. I think I paid for that before it became a Plus game, but that game was so good. And I forgot where I was going with that.
My last game is Pincer Junk Ultimate Shooter. Came out in June 2014 for Plus. Another great game. I played it on the beta, and I started it and I couldn't stop playing it either. It's just something about it that I just liked a lot. I don't know if you guys played it on the beta.
I don't like the Pixel Junk series that much, I gotta say.
I think I just might have missed it, to be honest. It might have been one of the ones I forgot to add or something.
Oh, you're crazy. I haven't missed a fucking game.
Or it might have been when I lapsed my PS Plus too. It might have been that too.
Alright. Yeah, that game is great too.
Shout out to all the minis we had over the years. The minis and PlayStation 1 games, if y'all recall.
One game that we all probably forgot that when it came out, it was like really big. Fez. Did you guys play that when it was free? In 2014.
Fez wasn't Launch Plus, but yeah, Fez was cool. I think I must. No, it came that launched on Xbox 360 exclusive actually first.
But later on in May 2014, they gave it for free on Plus.
Yeah. I was really into that for a while until like some of the gold things became just ridiculously to get. But back on minis, shout out to Where Is My Heart, a fantastic. I don't think you guys remember this. It only really got one shout out ever on a Beyond.
Definitely don't remember it.
So it's a mini for the PSP. It came released 2011, November 2011. Fantastic platformer. It uses like you move. It's kind of like Framed, Framed, Hideo Kojima's favorite game on iOS. So whatever. So you move around like the tiles of the screen, and it's a 2D platformer to kind of like complete a platform section. So it's like puzzly. It's much cooler than it sounds. But shout out to that.
I think Frame 2 just came out. I think too. So yeah, shout out to that game that I had never played. That sounds really cool. Framed.
Oh, and
you said Framed for iOS. Frame 2 just came out.
It did, yeah. It comes and goes. And quick shout out also the same month, Crash Bandicoot 1, 2, 3, and CTR for PS1 classics on PS3 were free on Plus. Would you believe that?
Wow, that's fucking. I'm mad I missed that. Apparently, I missed that because that. Maybe I owned them already. Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
Could be that.
But yeah, they used to give games out like nothing, but now we barely get 2 games a month for each system. Yeah.
And that's going to wrap it for topic of the episode. Long story short, we had a lot of really great shit that we got for free if we paid for a $50, now $60 yearly membership. So let's move on to questions of the episode. We've got a couple today. First up, Joel Campos, former guest, friend of the pod. How do you think the PS4 Pro will do in terms of sales after the Xbox One X is released? The specs for the X seem to make it the superior console. I think this goes back to the whole, you can have better specs, but if you don't have the games, it doesn't matter. So I have a kind of a wait-and-see approach with this. The Pro's been selling moderately well, so we'll see. I think that the install base on PlayStation is so much greater. How many people are... I think Xbox One X is going to be people upgrading. I think people new to PlayStation will still maybe potentially buy a PS4 Pro at launch.
I mean, the
PS4 not launch, but
like
one day as their first console.
Wasn't the PS4 selling like 1 out of 4?
PS4 was 1 every 5 is what they were estimating.
I mean, that's not bad. And if you think about it, the AAA companies are gonna end up doing games for both of the systems. They're gonna probably move more towards the Pro because there are obviously more out there. So it's probably gonna hold back the Xbox One.
I don't see people really comparing the two spec-wise. I think it's still going to be compared to which ecosystem you want to get or which system you want to get. Like it's like PS4. It is Pro versus X, but I think it's more heavily PS4 versus one, like 4 versus 1. You know.
I agree. That's why I was saying with the install base, it's still going to be.
Yeah.
I don't know. Plus, if the Pro goes on sale, I know they said they're not going to do a price drop, but even if they do a sale for $350 versus a $500 price tag for the One X, people are going to be like,
bundles.
I don't see, I don't see a price drop. I could see more bundles on it, especially when the X comes out.
Well, the Destiny bundle's only $50 more, and it comes with the $100 version of Destiny.
Yep.
So, or at least
and by that time,
remember.
Best Buy or Walmart, they're gonna end up probably putting another extra game in there. Probably like Uncharted or something.
Yeah, 100%.
Just to sell it more, yeah. Or extra controller or something like that.
All right. Next up, we have Jamie Eddy. How do you guys tackle backlogs? Mine has racked up to be an uncontrollable number, so I have whittled it down to 50 and just wondered what tactics you use to reduce your backlog. I'm the worst person to talk about backlogs, so I talked about wanting to get through my backlog maybe 3 episodes ago and have made 0 progress. So I just kind of take the approach of whatever I'm in the mood for, I'm going to play. And I'm not going to – I try not to force myself to play games just because I feel like I owe it to that game. Some games, like Rise of the Tomb Raider, I'm going to feel like I owe myself playing that game because I know it's a great game. But yeah, I try not to hold myself to a game if I'm not into it.
I like to do the same thing where it's – I don't say I gotta beat these 10 games and like always have them like on list. It's like I always have like, oh, I do have those 10 games. If I'm ever feeling that, if I ever feel like I want to play those games, I'll go play those games and beat them, and then I'll tackle my backlog in that way. But yeah, I'm also terrible at tackling the backlog. Normally when it comes to like, ooh, I do want to start one of these 3 games. Let's go play more zombies or something, or like more Zelda. I don't know.
More Darkest Dungeon.
Exactly, yeah.
It's the same thing for me. Like I'm more into first-person shooters, so I'm probably gonna end up playing those games eventually. But like the other games, like open world and stuff like that, I just gotta be in the mood. And usually, when I'm in the mood for that type of game, I just play whatever's out at that time. Like The Witcher is one of the games that I would like to play. Yeah.
The thing is, though,
I'm probably not gonna play it.
I used to be that way, where it's like, all right, there are 5 games out right now, and I got to play these 5 games, whether I'm enjoying them or not. But a couple years ago, I made the change where it's like, if I'm not enjoying this game, I'm not going to play it till the end.
Yeah. I mean, if
you
got
that
50,
was recently for me too, is when I took that.
One quick thing, you got 50 in there, you said, and my
That's
opinion, try to take it down to like at least like 10 or 5, because you're not gonna end up playing those 50 games.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah. You're not gonna end up playing 50 of them, and plus, coming in a couple months, we're gonna get all these other games that are gonna come out.
Because Jamie, you probably have a list of 50 that's like, ooh, I would like to play these games.
Exactly.
But make a list of 10 where it's like,
I
actually
want to
play these games. Yep. Yeah.
Maybe we should do that. Do you guys want to do that for next week? We'll come back next week and pick 5 games we want to get through. I know we did it in the past, but we need to get real serious about it.
5 is way more. The 2 games I mentioned a couple weeks ago, I haven't. The 2 games I said Horizon and
Rise of the Tomb Raider and Bloodborne. I haven't touched either of them.
Exactly. I said Horizon and Danganronpa, and I'm barely scratching the surface on both of those still.
I said
Don't make me face my
Dying Light and finish Batman, and I haven't done that. So.
All right, next up.
So there you go.
All right. Next up, we have Paul McAteer. I'm not sure. You can let us know which pronunciation is correct. Says, I love my Switch, but it makes me long for a PlayStation-like machine where I could play Uncharted, Horizon, and the like. Do you think we will ever see it, and what would you want from it?
I was talking about
Jeffrey
this
wants
week.
this. Miguel absolutely does not. We did mention it last week.
Nope.
I want the PS5 to be a straight-up, unabashed ripoff. Oh, what the fuck's my Switch? Unabashed ripoff of the Switch. It could have the same power as the PS4 right now. I think that's a very powerful machine, and even in 5 years, it'll still be powerful to play games of fantastic quality. I don't think we really need to get better graphics or better loading screens. Could get better, but that's a tech issue. I want to see a merge of some type of mixture between a PS4 and a Vita.
So I thought about it, and the answer's still no to it. But if they're gonna do something with it, I'd rather have launch the PS5. It's gonna be better and whatever. It's gonna be better specs.
It's
and
still gonna have a dock option. I still want the dock option.
No, wait. And if you're gonna release a portable thing, just release the next PS Vita or whatever you're gonna call it, but try to have the specs of a PS4.
Nah, cause like an in between type thing.
I mean, if
that's what the Vita was trying to be. That's what Vita 1 was trying to be.
But the cell processor was just way too hard to work on, dude. And they were caught in the middle.
I guess, but then why don't you argue why wasn't it getting enough original games? Like, why wasn't it getting more Freedom Wars?
Oh, it did at the beginning.
Yeah,
and then they messed up with the system, dude.
They did kind of just stop supporting it,
Yeah, they just stopped because it wasn't selling. And it wasn't selling because the price was good enough, but the extra little things that you had to buy, the memory cards, dude.
Yeah.
You had to spend how much? Like $100 for a memory card.
I agree. Don't shit on it more. I'm gonna send you to the gulag. I'm gonna send you to Vita prison.
Well, send me if you want me. I don't care, dude. But the system's great.
I got my
the
Vita.
System. I'm saying the system is great. It's better than the Switch, tech wise. It's better than the Switch. If you guys
what is better than the Switch tech wise?
The Vita.
No, it's not. It's definitely not. But
really?
I can't tell if you're trolling or not right now. I don't know if you're trolling right now.
You guys think that the Vita couldn't run the Zelda?
No, it factually
the Wii U could barely run Zelda.
Yeah.
The Switch is the Switch. The Vita is better than the Wii U.
Whatever.
Okay, next question.
You guys go check the specs on them.
We'll check specs. So multiple people across Facebook have been. We can't really show you this picture, but imagine Chris Evans.
I'll post it to. I'll make it the picture of.
Oh yes.
Should I make it the picture of this week's episode? Or no, I'll leave the number one. We'll post it in the Facebook group, which we'll pimp out in a second. Yeah. So a lot of people took the picture of Chris Evans from Avengers: Infinity War, where he has a giant ass, awesome looking beard, and photoshopped him as Big Boss / Solid Snake. I would be totally fucking down for this. That's Big Boss in the picture, but there's also a separate one of him as Solid Snake with the bandana.
It's Punish Snake. It's Punish or Venom. It's Punish Snake, I think.
Well, Big Boss. I mean, you're getting into spoiler territory now, so.
Either or, the point is that he'll be great if they actually.
Remember when they spoiled every mission in Metal Gear Solid with the intro credits of each mission?
in Phantom Pain?
That? In Phantom Pain, yeah. What the fuck was that?
Yeah, it was a little bizarre.
That was the stupidest thing ever. The mission started
Where the bees sleep.
Oh shit! Skullface is in this mission. I don't know that one.
I do remember. Now that you say that, I do remember that. That's funny.
This seemed like a routine mission, but and guess what? In the actual mission, it was a surprise that Skullface came in, but I wasn't surprised because you said he was going to be in the beginning. But yeah,
yeah.
I hope they somehow do that in the movie.
Is that as good enough of an actor? I don't know where everyone's acting like David Hayter is the greatest VO actor on the planet. Don't get me wrong, I love him as Solid Snake, and he is Solid Snake to me.
Isn't it his campiness that makes him good?
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying. Is like you don't need Chris Evans to be like fucking what's his name from Lincoln. What the fuck?
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah, like you don't need it to be Daniel Day-Lewis to play Solid Snake or Big Boss. You know what I mean?
If he read the voice lines,
I hope this movie never sees the light of day, anyways. But if it was gonna happen, I'd be cool with this.
If he read voice lines like how David Hayter did, the movie would be a joke.
Metal Gear.
Right? I thought
that's funny hearing Captain America.
Like I love the guy, but like it's not particularly like award-winning
I mean, let's be realistic, dude. The movie's not gonna happen.
I'm praying it doesn't happen. I don't want a Metal Gear movie. Same with I don't want a Last of Us movie. I don't want an Uncharted movie. I don't want a Bioshock movie. I don't want any of it. Just let me enjoy them as the medium that they are.
Do gotta say, I'm pretty hyped for that Tomb Raider movie though.
Which one?
We'll see. I'm optimistic. I'm cautiously optimistic. The one with Alicia Vikander as Lara Croft. Cautiously optimistic.
Before we close off, let's get a quick 5 minutes on some new trailers. Have you guys seen them? The San Diego Comic-Con trailers?
Which ones?
Thor. I guess let's talk about Thor and Justice League real quick. What are your thoughts?
All right. Thor, I thought the first one was better.
The first trailer. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I like this Thor one.
Okay.
I liked them both,
I like
but
them.
This one I was down with this one.
I love
like
seeing,
both of them, but
I
I like
love
the first
seeing
one better.
Hulk speak. I thought that's been totally what's missing from the whole MCU.
Finally.
It's because he does in the comics. Like I don't like he
He does
says
since
full
the
words.
beginning of him being in the comics.
Exactly. Yeah, and the Avengers never had him. I don't recall if he spoke in Incredible Hulk with Ed Norton.
I don't remember
either.
that
I don't
movie.
believe
I
so, though.
blocked
That
it,
was,
I think.
yeah, that's MCU canon. But yeah, so cool seeing that.
It's like
I love
semi-canon.
the
They like acknowledge it happened, but they don't
Exactly.
reference it.
There's a reference to the location that
Alright.
was.
Before we get into it, because I know you guys, what are you guys gonna say about Justice League? The
that
trailer
Justice League
looks.
is butt.
Yeah, stop. Give me a second.
Fest.
Let me a second.
No,
Give me a
defend
second.
it. Defend it. You have a minute to defend the Justice League.
The
Calm
trailer.
down.
The trailer looks fucking amazing, but all the trailers from the past DC movies look really good, and then the movie really sucks. So I don't know what to say, man. I hope the movie's actually good. At least at the level of Wonder Woman, you know.
So what I feel about this trailer is it reminds me of Transformers in the sense that there's too much going on for me. There's just shit exploding everywhere. There's fucking,
Okay.
you know what I mean? People punching everything. There's fucking all kinds of crazy shit. I really don't like how much of a bro Aquaman is. Why is he like, bro, yeah, and like dressed like a bat?
Yeah.
I'm down with it. Like, see, why is he a bro? He's supposed to be king of Atlantis. What the I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna give it a chance. I did enjoy Wonder Woman quite a bit. So I'm hoping they're kind of riding that, but I feel like this is still going to be a Zack Snyder movie. You know what I mean? Like, I know he didn't do a lot of the editing and reshoots, but it's still a Zack Snyder movie. It's going to be that fucking... I like Zack Snyder when he's doing hyper-stylized stuff like...
Sucker Punch.
What's that movie
or
no one
300?
likes? Sucker Punch, 300, yeah. Did he do Sin City? Was that him?
Yeah, he did the first one, I think.
The first one, yeah. So
I don't know about the
when he
second
does,
one,
when he
but-
does hyper stylized stuff like that. I'm hoping after this Justice League movie, they kind of give the reins to. I mean, Joss Whedon would be amazing to take over the mantle. I know he's doing Batgirl. So we'll see. The biggest problem I had with Wonder Woman, we're gonna have mild spoilers here. We're at the end of the episode. If you want to just skip ahead, like 30
don't.
seconds.
I didn't see it.
I'll do
Don't
quick.
spoil Wonder Woman. I didn't see it.
Okay, I'm not gonna do any. You didn't really haven't seen it still.
VOD, bro. I can't
who's the
play it.
spoil master?
Yeah,
I won't
spoil
explicitly
master,
spoil anything,
Anthony
but there's a
over
moment
here.
at the end of the movie where I was like, that felt like a Zack Snyder part of this movie. Like it felt like he
was
kind
it
of.
the zoom in and then like the quick zoom in, you know, like that he does in Man of Steel, a shitload.
Yeah, it's like kind of like that, and then just like there's a lot of CGI, and there's like this one thing that happens at the end of the movie that I won't say what it is, but I'm just like, this does not feel like at all like the rest of the tone of the movie, and it felt like Zack Snyder kind of had his fingerprints on it. So I'm hoping once we get out of this Justice League movie, we can kind of move towards a little bit of a better. Not better, but a little bit of a more, not grounded. I don't even know how to word it. Like, hopefully Jeff Johns can kind of just rein it in after this Justice League movie. Because this movie is really one of the last ones of that original kind of
shitty vision of...
Right. So hopefully after this, they can kind of rein it in and kind of get it going again.
Because the one that I'm a little bit more excited, hopefully it's actually good, is Flashpoint. They announced it.
Yes, Ezra Miller doing Flashpoint sounds cool.
What's his name?
Ezra
the one
Miller.
that's playing Flash?
Ezra Miller.
Oh,
Ezra
dude,
Miller
I
plays
love him.
Flash. Dude, if we get Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Batman, I am fucking in.
Oh, I heard that too.
Because in Flashpoint, it's where Bruce Wayne dies instead of
Superman?
I can't remember his dad's name.
Thomas Wayne. What do you mean?
Yeah,
His
Thomas
dad
and
dies?
Martha. Yeah. No. Instead of Thomas and Martha Wayne dying, Bruce Wayne dies in the alleyway. That's like Flashpoint is the other other universe where
So-
Bruce dies.
So
Thomas Wayne
becomes
turns into a
Batman?
brutal ass Batman that kills people,
Huh.
and Martha Wayne turns into the Joker.
No way. Is
So,
that actually the
yeah.
story?
That's
That
the story.
sounds
So
really
if we
interesting.
get,
I got-
That's what I'm saying.
fucking
I'm
Negan
excited
as a
for that
badass Batman, and we get what's her name from Walking Dead, Maggie.
Cohen.
If we get Maggie
Cohen.
as the Joker,
Laura Cohen.
yeah, Lauren Cohen. If we get Maggie as the Joker, I'm down with that. We'll see. We'll see if they go that way. If they keep the casting the same as from BVS. So we'll
My
see.
quick take on the 2 trailers is Thor looks amazing, super stylized. Wasn't the biggest fan of Dark World. Did enjoy 1 very much,
dug Dark World.
and the whole buddy cop nature of this looks awesome. Justice League trailer, I was so bored. I was so bored throughout the whole thing. Yeah,
It's just the same old shit
I
going
saw
up, dude.
It's like fighting.
It just depends, dude.
Fight. It's like,
I'm a DC guy, so
No, it's not
I was
even like
really
that.
hyped for it.
dude, before the first Batman vs Superman
the same
trailer,
way. I want them
was
to be good.
jazzed about knowing the pedigree
See?
would happen. I just looked so boring. And and
I was
really,
the opposite
really,
on that.
the end of the trailer. Oh my, what is that? Oh, who's gonna come?
I
don't
mean,
know,
it's
I don't know.
obvious. It's obvious, right?
Why the fuck are they even teasing Spider-Man's dead? Why'd they kill him? Who? Spider-Man,
You
Superman.
said Spider-Man?
I said,
Yeah, I
Why
don't
even
understand either.
I
Just
mean,
show
it's
Superman.
obvious. It's
Such
just
a
part
waste
of the
of
story,
time.
dude.
Such a waste
It's
of
just
bad,
part
a
of the
bad part of the
story.
story. A bad one.
But that better be done in the first 15 minutes of the story. He comes back.
It's not
'Cause
going to
if
be
it's like
like
2.5 hours,
I
and
mean,
then
towards the end,
it's 2.5
it has to be
hours,
towards the
and
end.
then
It's
he
gonna
comes
be
back in the last 10
dragged
minutes, I'll
out
lose
like
my
a
shit.
bitch. It's gonna be dragged out. I promise you that. But yeah, that's been our quick 5 minutes on SDCC. Take us out.
And this has been the PlayStation Best Friends podcast. For any questions, comments, and concerns, email us at psbestfriendspod@gmail.com. Or you can follow our Twitter at psbfpodcast. You can also join in the conversation, give us questions for the episode, and also come be a community guest on the show. You can do that at our Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/podcast, not podcast beyond, PS Best Friends. Shout out to Beyond. Also, if you like the show, we would sincerely ask you go to iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher. Give us a 5-star rating. 5-star ratings help us get seen on the front page of each respective podcasting network and help us spread the word. So if you could help us do that, we can grow the community and get more people involved. Also, we will hopefully have a community guest on next week. Unfortunately, we had a little bit of trouble this week again. But we are definitely hoping to have someone on next week and the week after that. And where can people find you, Miguel?
They can find me at PSN Dark Angel 1010 with a G, and at Twitter at Angel Alvarez. Jesus, I already fucked it up. Angel
name.
Alvarez 10 with a J. Yeah, you know, it happens. Whatever. Jeffrey, where can
And
people
you
find
could find me in a hole in the middle of Afghanistan. Nope, you can find me on PSN,
That's-
Brawl96. And just a quick shout out, trying to get it. Some dude did friend me from the podcast, and I'm going to give him a shout out and make him the PS Best Friend of the Week. But you could also find me while I'm looking for this at on Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter, Mr. Brawl96. I stream and stuff and do all that good jazz. Anthony, you fill in some time while I find this guy's name real quick.
All right, and you can find me on PSN and Steam, the only X188. So that's one spelled out ONE and then the numbers
forgot
88.
Steam.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on Steam. We're all on Steam
Got it.
playing PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. I know it's not PlayStation, but this game is too fucking good to not
We're
play.
testing it for you guys, all right? We're making
We're
it
testing
better
it,
for
so
you
when
guys.
when it comes to PS4. You can also find me on Twitch TV/TheOnlyX1 No 88 and Twitter at Anthony Palm. Also check us out on Twitch. We're gonna be streaming some games to the new PSBF page. We'd love some feedback. Tell us how we're doing, what you want to see us do. We might be doing some Let's Play. You can catch us there at twitch.tv/PSBestFriends. And Jeffrey, you got something to say?
So some guy, community member, listener of the show, messaged me at Brawl96 on PSN. Sevren D. So that's
Yeah, he added me too.
yeah. So SEVREN then D. Sevren D. It looks like it's a reference to MAG. Remember MAG, the massive action game, because his picture is the wolf icon and it's an acronym of SVER. So maybe I I don't know, something there. It's actually a little different. It just has the same letter, so or maybe a little dyslexic. But yeah, add him, play some game. He is the official PS Best Friend of the Week.
All right. Thanks for listening in. This has been PS Best Friends episode 11 for the week of July 23rd. We will catch you all next week.
Oh, I'm really asking for it. I know what I want, but it's so far off. It's not the first time or the second. And maybe it's best I admit that I lost years worth of hopeful thoughts. Yeah, I took a try tonight. I tried my best to clear my mind, but it's no use. Each road reminds a blur of laughter and better times. Between now and when I was able to clear my head, I trust you play the words you said, live and burn time and time again, again and again and again. I wish I could call you up and you would hear me out. I wanna hear a familiar voice from my thoughts out. For to drain your heart and brain, to escape potential pain. Looking back, well it was all an act. Now's your chance to forget my name forever and vain. No, you're not you anymore. No, you're not who I'm missing for. You're a hollow body right down to your core. No, you're not you anymore.
Let's move on to.
Arr! Oh, Jesus.
I wasn't sure if the jingle was gonna go first. Roll the jingle.
Oh fuck! I forgot about the jingle.
Roll
All
the
right.
jingle.